Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic:
what has become too expensive that it's no longer worth it? Fast food. In my country you can get an actual meal for a similar price. It's not that fast anymore either. Checked my bank account today and thought, holy shit, that's significantly more than I thought I had. Putting it down to recently quitting tobacco, 4-month nicotine-free, and quitting fast food, cooking at home instead. Life-changing savings. Goes against the mortgage cold sweat smile. Edit. Whoa, this blew up. Thanks for all the kind words, everyone. Hope you all have an awesome and safe holiday period. Scissor. Life-changing savings. Also life-saving changes. Good job. How everything is now a subscription. Okay, I guess I don't need it. There's an app for everything now. If I need an app to save money so you can sell all my info, I guess I'm not buying shit from you. My favorite is how some companies use an app for tracking shipping. I can't remember what it's called. But I could not get a tracking number unless I downloaded this fucking app and made an account. Like fuck off, just give me the damn tracking number. Airbnb. No kidding. Hotels don't ask you to clean the room and then charge you a crazy cleaning fee. Imagine paying for the privilege to clean up after yourself. Removed. Everyone wants full price for their stuff. If it's over 5 years old they call it vintage. I miss people just wanting to get rid of stuff. Disappointed. You have to find people that value free space over things. Streaming services. You need to pay for like 3 of them to actually be able to watch what you want. Dude, it's not just the price and the amount of streaming services there are now. What really pisses me off is the ads. The ones that didn't have ads before added them in recent years. So now I'm paying and still having to watch ads. If you ask me, it should either be free with ads or pay to not see any ads, not somewhere in between. I shouldn't have to see ads if I'm paying for it. I get that you can pay more to not see ads, but I'm thrifty and it just sucks, and it stinks they keep raising the prices of their plans. Amazon is the worst for it. There seems to be an ad, or 3, every 5 minutes, and it completely ruins the viewing experience. They're also often the same ads, so it gets super annoying repeatedly having to watch the same ones over and over again. Particularly egregious if you already pay for Prime and have a Fire Stick. What they're essentially saying is they want you to pay them 3 times just to not get ads. Which, fuck off. Everything in Goodwill. What the hell is wrong with those people marking stuff up like that? Exclamation mark. Used shirts are more expensive at Goodwill than new shirts at Walmart. WTF, they're crazy. You can't return the clothing if the buttons fall off right after you get them, etc. Either. If you think Goodwill is a charity, then you owe it to yourself to do 15 minutes of research about them. Maybe they used to be a good faith charity at some point, but those days are long gone. There is a ratio used to evaluate how non-profit an organization truly is. The ratio is the amount of money they receive versus how much they spend on the cause they claim to support and the amount of money they pay their employees. Goodwill has one of the worst ratios in all of non-profit. They pay their employees, particular upper-level management, ridiculous sums compared to the amount they spend actually helping the community. They fucking blow. Don't donate your shit to them if you actually care about that shit going into the hands of needy people. You're better off going through a church or a shelter to accomplish that goal. 100% donate clothing items to your local homeless shelter. Amazon Prime is quickly losing its value. It's still worth 1 to 2 day shipping, but they've got a huge problem with counterfeit items and garbage products in general. Amazon's business model seems to be Chinese dropshipping. eBay used to be great, it's the same deal as Amazon now. I can't wait for my new Carla Floopsy Zop vacuum to arrive. These companies can offer 20-year warranties since they'll only be around for 6 months. Closing parenthesis. There is a paradox with these companies. Google is the world's largest advertiser with $237 billion in advertising revenue, and yet it feels like 90% of the ads I see on YouTube are for outright scams that should be illegal and have no place on any reputable platform. Amazon is the world's 2nd largest retailer and yet is flooded with fraudulent products and absolute trash. The business model is to extract as much money as possible for the lowest quality possible, breaking as few laws as possible. Companies spend far more time on lowering the cost of service than they do on anything else, to the point where they will knowingly make the experience worse, and as long as sales revenue relative to expense improves, then the company will continue to degrade the service. I work in automotive, have for decades, so here's an example for you. In the early 2000s, many cars had what is called a sunband on the top, maybe 1/5 or so of the windshield near the roof of the vehicle. Almost any car produced today lacks this band entirely, and you'll be told this is because the glass itself is better at reducing glare, and I'm here to tell you this is true, but the glass today is much worse and stopping glare from impacting your vision than the sunband did 20 years ago. I saw this happen. Every year the band would shrink just a little more. Automakers saved maybe $5.10 a vehicle each revision, until it was gone. Nobody complained loud enough. The alternative of glass that kinda does the same job was good enough, I guess, and here we are. Also every year they would take content out of the vehicle. Small things like a surface that used to be soft rubber would become hard plastic, but not lower the cost, and again nobody complained, so they did it more and more. I don't know what the solution is, but we've been fed this lie that the market will regulate itself, that we will get superior service at the lowest cost possible because companies will compete for our money, but the reality is they're all charging as much as they can while giving us as little as they can get away with, and who is going to compete with Amazon or Walmart, with Google or Apple? Concerts. I was recently looking at some concert tickets to bring my kids to their first one. Prices across the board were shocking. I get that major bands will be expensive, but it seemed like everything was crazy. Ticketmaster have become the scalpers. They own StubHub, which buys the tickets in advance and resells them for X4, X8 the price. Often people will pay. Leftovers are given to radio shows, or scalpers will go themselves. It's okay to lose 20 tickets if you sell 5 for 5 times WJAY they are worth. It's super disappointing that this generation is largely priced out of concert tickets other than special occasion type things. Yes, I know you can still get cheap tickets for up-and-coming bands in small venues, and you should definitely do that. But it sucks that many people are now priced out of seeing any remotely established and moderately known artist. I saw tons of established bands for pretty cheap when I was younger. Seems like live music now, again, for established acts, is pretty much a rich person thing or a once every few years thing for the rest of us. Watching football legally. Watching anything legally. Pirate flag, pirate flag, pirate flag. Ah matey, this is the way. Eating out, both takeaway and eating in restaurants. The price has skyrocketed in recent years, with the quality diminishing as well. It's just not worth having. Even the convenience of takeaway is lost, as it often takes an age for it to be prepared. I hate to say this, but getting a ready meal from a supermarket is better. Yep, I very rarely order delivery nowadays. A couple times a year. I'm not spending $50 plus for one meal that comes cold and takes 2 hours. Not to mention basically having to bribe a driver to even take your order. It's fucking bullshit. Meal delivery outside of pizza and Chinese is a modern luxury. When it was cheap was when companies were undercharging to build market share and also screw over their couriers. Alcoholic beverages at events, concerts, sports, etc. $15 to $20 for one beer is absurd. I used to think they were taxing when they cost $8 to $10, but greed is a real thing. $15 to $20 for one beer is absurd. I treated the wifey to a cocktail bar a few weeks back, and the signature cocktails were that much. For a beer, that is fucking ridiculous, unless it's some small batch brewed by Tibetan monks and they only make 1,000 barrels a year. Life. Why is everything so expensive? I'm not even having fun. It seems like the current business model is to get a customer base, then squeeze them for every single fucking penny you can. From buying a house to fast food and thrift stores. It's very rare that I eat out now and consider it good value. Between crappier food and service that has severely gone downhill, it just isn't worth the experience anymore. Yeah, I was telling my spouse this the other day. It used to be more fun to go out and sit down at a casual restaurant, but the fun is diminished when you now need to think about the financial decision to spend $40.50 on lunch. And like you said, the food isn't even that good anymore. Houses. I don't think I can ever afford one. There's a house in my parents' neighborhood that is selling for $780K. About 5 to 6 years ago, the neighborhood nearby with much bigger and newer homes was selling homes for $300,000. We drove past a house that was $560,000 in 2014 and is now on the market for $1 million with a kitchen straight out of 2007. And the local middle school is complaining how they may close because families with kids can't afford to move here anymore. The AVG price for a new car in the US is $47,000. About 3 years ago I refused to pay $40,000 for a truck. So this year I paid $60,000. A wedding. I thought COVID would have taught people that one can have a small wedding for a fraction of the cost. Potato chips. Especially brand name. I haven't bought Ruffles, Doritos, or Cheetos since 2022. Do I miss them? Yeah. But I'll gladly wait on grocery brand chips on sale. I'm not paying $7 CAD for a bag of chips. For reference, they used to be $3 when on sale. My kid's favorite is Doritos. The last time I bought them they were $6 USD. I couldn't believe it. I used to buy them for $3 regularly, not on sale. They'd be $2.50 on sale. Price has doubled in just 2 years. They want $6 for a fucking half-full bag of Doritos. At least Santitas has tried to hold the line at 2.99. Skiing. When I started skiing in my small town in Colorado, I paid $70 per day. Which was not cheap, but I could usually hit about 10 to 15 times a year. Vail in 2024, $329 for one adult for one day. Through the entitled skiing industry. My equipment is collecting dust in the garage. Was looking for someone to say skiing. I feel like 10 years ago you could reliably get a walk-up ticket for around $100 or less if you had a coupon. Now I need to plan my trip months in advance so I can get the epic pass at a discount. Then I just hope the weather works out. I miss the days of seeing there was a snowstorm and booking the trip a week after. The cost has more than doubled. I live in literally the most expensive country, Switzerland, but skiing here is fucking cheap in comparison. The most expensive is Zermatt for $105 United States dollars, with amazing installations and the best view. I have the Magic Pass for $399 a year with 60 stations to choose from all year round. For the rest though, you need deep pockets. I live in Colorado. I haven't done the math, but it would likely be cheaper to fly from Denver to a European country of your choice, maybe not Switzerland. Ski for a week, and then fly home than drive the 1 to 3 hours from my town to ski for a week there. I am effectively priced out of skiing, and that sucks, because it's one of the best parts of the state.